Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start by folding it in half, but don't start creasing it yet. You need to crease just on the very tips. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Now, I'm going to rotate it like this. You don't have to. But now you fold this edge to these two, and don't crease it, to these two lines. And just crease it halfway. I need to stop saying don't crease it, and then I actually start creasing it. Okay, now unfold. Okay, so now we start folding from this point. Okay, so fold sort of like this, don't crease. And then you're gonna pinch this little part right here, and while you're keeping it pinched, slide it over to this line. Now crease it all the way through. Finally. Now tilt it, and you're gonna fold this edge to this edge, just like so. Oh, oops. And also make sure this doesn't happen, where this isn't perfectly aligned, because that can mess up the model pretty badly. If you don't align things very nicely, the legs won't turn out very well. If you're a perfectionist, that you need to make sure to follow that. But although it doesn't really matter too much since it is all in the bottom, but it can affect how you shape it in the top. So I forgot to say, you're gonna fold this edge to this edge. Oops. Make that very precise. Now what you're gonna do is fold this edge to that edge like you did last time. Not both of them. Make sure there's two separate layers. If you accidentally fold them like that, you need to make sure it's two separate layers. Beginner's mistake. Oh, and again, make sure it lines up completely with the edge and it's nice and flat. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is fold this edge to this line. And again, make sure it's extremely precise. Okay, so now a lot of people, when I'm folding this turtle, they're like, "Are you folding a paper airplane?" And I, of course, say, "No, I'm doing something more fun." Okay, so now we're gonna fold this edge to this edge here. So, like this. Like that. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm keeping that in frame. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold from this tip to that tip. Like this. Okay, so now we have a nice triangle. But don't flip it over. Okay, so now we're gonna unfold these two flaps. Okay, turn the paper around, and now you're gonna fold this edge to these 2 points, like this. So we see this corner. So this corner goes to that corner, and this corner goes to that corner, like that. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, make sure this looks, make sure the paper doesn't, it's okay, just don't worry about it. Okay, I'm just a perfectionist. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold this point to that point. So, like this. So this point here, then it lines up with this point, and this edge lines up with that edge, and this edge lines up with that edge. Okay, now unfold, and you're gonna tilt the paper and do the same thing. This point to that point, this edge to this edge, and this edge to that edge. Okay, now unfold. Now turn the paper over. Oh, oops. Don't do that. Okay, now we're gonna fold. 1 second. Okay, we're gonna fold this corner to that corner, and in turn we're also folding this edge to that edge. So do whichever way you find best to make sense. Okay, now unfold. Okay, now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So just fold that edge to the same edge. Okay, now unfold. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna collapse, okay? So you fold this line only halfway. So you fold like that, okay? But now we want to fold on this line, like this. Then we want to fold on this line, and then that line, and then this line. Now what we want to do is open this up, and you want to fold on this line, then that line, then this line, then that line. Okay, there you go. You have this base like this, and now you want to sort of half petal fold this leg up. This will be the front leg, and then the same thing, half petal fold, like a squash fold, I guess. And then you're gonna do the same thing, half petal fold, that's what I'm gonna call it. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now you want to fold this section into thirds. So how you're gonna do that, 1 second. So how you're gonna do that is, you're gonna just guess. There's no way to make sure you're precise. So you just guess, and you fold it along where this section, so let me show you. 1 second. So you're gonna fold to about where this section is equal to that section, and then you can fold it that way. So it doesn't have to be precise, it should just be in about thirds. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we're off to a great start. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to fold this flap down, like so. One second. Make sure it's nice, like that, and then fold this flap down as well. Oh wait, don't fold both of them, just fold one of them. Okay. So now we have this diamond turtle base. It has the 4 legs, the head and the tail, and the general shell area. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna zoom up again. So if you pull apart this layer, you can see this flap right here and this point right there. You want to fold from this point to that point where this ends. So like this. And same thing on the other side. Okay, so now what you want to do is try and match the same thing on the other side. On the top 2 feet, try and match the folds that you made on the bottom. So now what you're going to do is unfold those, and then you're going to open this layer right here, and you're going to do a reverse fold. And do the same thing on the other side. And on the top feet. See, this is what I mean by what happens when you do misalignment. But that's okay. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna reverse fold the feet up about like this. So in like a right angle up. So you can see there that there's a right angle between that, like that. And the reverse fold needs to start at this point, like that. Okay, now you want to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now on the side with the flaps and this, you want to reverse fold the feet up. So this shows that this is the head and this is the tail. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open this up and fold inwards. Like so. And do the same thing on the other side. And on this side. And on this side. Okay. So now what you want to do is turn the model over. I've already turned it over, but you want to, on this side with the tail and the flap marks, you want to fold just this layer over until you get to those folds. So like this. So you fold like that. And as you can see on the other side, that's right along this. So now you have that crease. And then the same thing on the other side. So the next few steps are a little tricky, but I know you'll get it. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold, make this like sort of half fold it, but don't crease it. And you're gonna crease and you're gonna fold like this. So you're gonna make a pleat here and on the other side. Like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a same sort of pleat on the other side. Starting from about that point, you want to make a fold and then fold it to the middle line. It's sort of, you can't really see it, but there is sort of a faint middle line. And it makes a pleat like this. And same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we can zoom out. So what we want to do now is we have this nice almost turtle shape, but it looks kind of wonky. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start with the tail, and I guess we should zoom in, but I'll just lift it up. You want to fold like this, and then you'll fold the tail back up and then just pinch it in half and curl it like you would a turtle's tail. So that looks pretty good. Now what we want to do is, I guess it looks okay, but it's not perfect. Don't really like it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same sort of thing on the other side. With the head, you're gonna fold it back to a little more than that, and then fold it right back. Sorry, my hands were in the way. So I'll do that again, just pleat like that. Okay, so now what you want to do is sort of make creases, half creases along there so that the shell stays intact. And now you want to just fold along here to kind of round off the shell. Like this. And on the other side. One more step. Well, a couple more, technically. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold along this line on the turtle's leg, and that's how the leg's gonna be shaped. Like that. And like that. And finally, like that. We're almost done. Lastly, what we want to do is, with the head, we're going to kind of puff up the layers. So we'll do frontward view. You want to get in the first layer on the bottom. Like that. Get in both of them. Get in there. And then kind of make a little crease there. And just kind of puff it up. Sort of like that. And there you go. There's your finished turtle. Here's a way you can shape the head how you like. I made this one look like a tortoise, so I kind of defined the shape, the head shape. So you can make it look like a tortoise or a turtle, whatever you want. You can shape it however you want. So that's the turtle. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for Robert Lang for letting me make this tutorial. And this is Origami Light, signing off.